Here's a picture to help you think about professional or personal development, or maybe help you be more strategic in identifying certain targets for yourself or others. There are really three pieces to this. I think of the first one as the things that are down inside you, the sort of things in your heart or in your head. Think of those as your commitments. Commitments. They're very powerful, but they're also pretty deep. On top of that, you've got, well, the things that are not so much inside you. They're actually the work of your hands and work of your feet. Those things are your behaviors. Behaviors. Behaviors are powerful targets as well, but they're very different than the commitments that underlie them. And then if you really want a full picture of this, you also have to turn your attention to the circumstances that surround everything. I would call this actually the environment. The environment. And the environment can often have a big impact on whether you're successful or effective as a leader. So think of these three targets when you're choosing where to spend your attention in personal development. Sometimes you need to work on the heart and the mind, the values that you hold, because they drive everything. You need to change some of those underlying foundations that might be inside you. Other times, your heart's in the right place, or you've got the right commitments, but for some reason, they're not coming across in everyday interaction and communication, and that's the time to focus on actual behaviors, learning new ways to say things or do things. Or there are those times where you have the right commitments and even have the right behaviors, but for some reason, it's not working well, and that's often because the environment isn't conducive to you being at your best. So choose targets among these three, or focus your attention on all three to make a difference. But remember this, they're listed actually in order, moving down, in terms of their speed. What I mean by that is that it's fast to address the environment, but it sometimes takes a while to change your inner commitments and values. That means that often you want to target the environment or maybe behaviors when time is of the essence. This is an intervention or perhaps some sort of coping activity. On the other hand, they're listed in order from top to bottom in terms of their actual strength, the weight that they carry, because the commitments that are inside drive everything else. They're the root of behaviors, and they overcome environments as well. And so they take a long time to address, but they're by far the strongest force and the most enduring piece of development that you can do. So remember this, if you want to have great personal or professional development, you want to time it and choose targets well. Focus on your commitments, those inside things that drive everything else. Identify behaviors that might need to be adjusted so that those inner commitments come out seamlessly. And then finally, focus on the environment, especially when you need a chance to address something quickly or get some intervention to work in the meantime. All three of these can give you a great look at what will make for great professional or personal development.